Bear to You by Sylvia Day Chapter 9 Part 2. Before listening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. After 20 minutes, I slowed, then stopped. Finally, risking a glance at Gideon, who was running with the fluidity of a well-oiled machine. He was watching scene on the overhead screens, but he flashed a grin at me as I wiped the sweat off my face. I swigged from my water bottle as I moved to the machines, picking one that gave me a clear view of him. He went a full 30 on the treadmill. Then he moved to free weights, always keeping me in his line of sight. As he worked out, quickly and efficiently, I couldn't help thinking how virile he was. It helped that I knew exactly what was in his shorts. But regardless, he was a man who worked behind a desk, yet kept his body in combat shape. When I grabbed a fitness ball to do some crunches, one of the trainers came up to me. As one would expect in a top-of-the-line gym, he was handsome and very nicely built. "Hi," he greeted me, with a movie star smile that showcased perfect white teeth. He had dark brown hair and eyes of nearly the same color. "First timer, right? I haven't seen you in here before." "Yes, first time. I'm Daniel." He extended his hand, and I gave him my name. "Are you finding everything you need, Eva?" "So far so good, thanks." "What flavor smoothie did you go for?" I frowned. "Excuse me. Your free orientation smoothie." He crossed his arms and his thick biceps strained the narrow cuffs of his uniform polo shirt. "You didn't get one from the bar downstairs when you signed up?" "You're supposed to." "Ah. Well." I shrugged sheepishly, thinking it was a nice touch all the same. I didn't have the usual orientation. "Did you get the tour? If not, let me take you around." He touched my elbow lightly and gestured toward the stairs. "You also get a free hour of personal training. We could do that tonight. Or make an appointment for later in the week. And I'd be happy to take you down to the health bar. And scratch that off the list, too." "Oh, I can't really." My nose wrinkled. "I'm not a member." "Ah." He winked. "You're here on a temp pass. That's fine. You can't be expected to make up your mind if you don't get the full experience. I can assure you, though, that cross-trainer is the best gym in Manhattan." Gideon appeared at Daniel's shoulder. "The full experience is included," he said, coming around and behind me to slide his arms around my waist. "When you're the owner's girlfriend." The word girlfriend reverberated through me, sending a crazy rush of adrenaline through my system. It was still sinking in that we had that level of commitment, but that didn't stop me from thinking the designation had a nice ring to it. "Mr. Cross." Daniel straightened and took a step back, then extended his hand. "It's an honor to meet you. Daniel has me sold on the place," I said to Gideon, as they shook hands. "I thought I'd done that." His hair was wet with sweat and he smelled divine. I'd never known a sweaty man could smell so damn good. His hands stroked down my arms and I felt his lips on the crown of my head. "Let's go. See you later, Daniel." I waved goodbye as we walked away. "Thanks, Daniel. Anytime." "I bet," Gideon muttered. He couldn't keep his eyes off your tits. "They're very nice tits." He made a low growling noise. I hid my amusement. He smacked my butt hard enough to send me forward a step and leave behind a hot sting even through my pants. That damned Band-Aid you call a shirt doesn't leave much to the imagination. Don't take long in the shower. You're just going to get sweaty again. Wait. I caught his arm before he passed the women's locker room on the way toward the men's. Would it gross you out if I told you I didn't want you to shower? If I said I want to find someplace really close by where I could jump you while you're still dripping sweat? Gideon's jaw tightened and his gaze darkened dangerously. I'm beginning to fear for your safety. Eva, grab your stuff. There's a hotel around the corner. Neither of us changed and we were outside in 5 minutes. Gideon walked briskly and I hurried to keep up. When he stopped abruptly, turned, and dipped me back in a lavish heated kiss on the crowded sidewalk, I was too stunned to do more than hold on. It was a soul-wrenching melding of our mouths, full of passion and sweet spontaneity that made my heart ache. Applause broke out around us. When he straightened me again, I was breathless and dizzy. What was that? I gasped. A prelude. He resumed our dash to the nearest hotel, one I didn't catch the name of as he pulled me past the doorman and crossed straight to the elevator. It was clear to me that the property was one of Gideon's even before a manager greeted him by name just before the elevator doors closed. Gideon dropped his duffel on the car floor and busied himself with figuring out how to extricate me from my sports top. I was slapping his hands away when the doors opened and he scooped up his bag. There was no one waiting on our floor, and no one in the hallway. He pulled a master key out of somewhere and a moment later we were in a room. I pounced, pushing my hands up beneath his shirt to feel his damp skin and the hardness of the muscles beneath it. Get naked. Like now. He laughed as he towed off his sneakers and yanked his tank over his head. Oh my God. Seeing him in the flesh, all of him, as his shorts hit the floor, was synapse frying. There wasn't an ounce of excess flesh on him anywhere, just hard slabs of honed muscle. He had washboard abs and that super sexy V of muscle on his pelvis that Carrie called the loin of Apollo. Gideon didn't wax his chest like Carrie did, but he groomed with the same care he showed to the rest of his body. He was pure primal male, the embodiment of everything I coveted, fantasized about, and wished for.